Hey, this is Marie here at A Place to Heal. It's been 30 crazy days, and I want to start this video by reading something to you. And I know you guys will understand. You're my people. I've had a spiritual impulse pulling at me for many years to forfeit habits of self-sabotage. And somehow I have been able to outwit it up to this final point in time. I have done a tremendous amount of powerful inner engineering, self-discipline, trauma release, and healing work, more than most could imagine. But it seems that has only dug deep into the surface. Interestingly, it seems I have somehow found a way to prevent against completely surrendering to the call of my soul. And for that reason, I have not allowed the deepest healing to occur. This last month has been extremely rough for me. I have struggled to maintain order in my world as I have watched close friends' worlds fall apart, their reality structures dissolve, and new births of life occur. I've tried so hard to hold onto the steering wheel as my own inner world has been dissolving, and I found myself frustrated, feeling unable to find steady ground. It became clear that what I was witnessing in them was the holographic reflection of what was happening in me, and it was put right in my face. I began to see flash images of my life going across my mind where I have felt abandoned by those I wanted love from. It revealed that I have tried to medicate this abandonment wound by abandoning those who did or would abandon me. It showed me the times I was pouring myself into men who would be incapable of loving me, and how I did not know how to receive the men who did want to love me. Then the final piece of the puzzle that had been neglected, it showed me how I learned to use the pain, disappointment, and distrust I experienced in life to mold myself into who I wanted to be and help others. So I've spent the following years finding what was missing through helping others to find what they lost in their lives. I never took the time to consider what kind of toll it would take on me. And now I finally found my breaking point where my endurance had run out. I felt like a superhero holding such powerful space for those I love, and found myself after feeling sad, mournful, weakened, and abandoned. I found abandonment so much because in some way I abandoned myself. Each time I didn't listen to my heart and I turned the other way, I allowed that abandonment to continue. The concluding revolution that I received was feeling abandoned from the Creator, and my life struggled to find a sense of meaning to fill that void. This work in the health and personal liberation field has been the greatest blessing, and it has given me a lifelong vision. I am deeply grateful for all of those who have gifted and graced my journey. This lifestyle path has pulled so much out of me, but there's still so much more that remains. And this last part, I have to go into it alone. It became clear to me that it was time to disappear for a period of transition. This last month has been that transition for me. I would love, oh my God, I would love to say that I wrote that, but I didn't. Ronnie Landis wrote that, and he wrote it 8 days. I'm going to put his website up because I love the man. He started his journey 8 days after I started my journey for the exact same reason that I started mine. To cleanse spiritually and purge all that and give thanks to my body for all the wonderful things that it's done. And I thought to myself, and I'm sorry, Ronnie, I kind of changed it just a little bit, like he's and she's, so that you guys would understand what I was talking about. I don't think he'd mind. But I thought, if there's someone else that can relate that deeply to what I'm going through, certainly I have hundreds of viewers that can also connect to that. And this past month has literally been this. It's just been this roller coaster. I mean, it's just been nuts. So I'm going to share with you what happened this past month, and you can take it for whatever it's worth, and you can take whatever, you know, resonates with your soul, and whatever health information resonates with you, and just let the rest go. So I've done a lot of meditating and soul searching. And I've listened to a lot of friends and what they've had to say. Some of you know that recently I went through a divorce. And a lot of my friends kept telling me, Marie, you need to love yourself. Marie, you need to be alone. Marie, don't date. Marie, don't see anyone. Marie, be alone. Alone. And during my meditation, I thought, what a bunch of horseshit. That is like the worst advice that you can give anyone. Okay, after a breakup or you're alone, I do believe that you need to get over the person that you had the breakup with. But once you're over that, move on. And I'm going to tell you why. Andrew, my friend, once told me, he said something that stuck with me. And he said, people don't come into our lives to bug us. They come in to debug us. And that kept going through my mind as I was meditating. And I started thinking, well, if you're alone, who doesn't love themselves when they're alone? Who doesn't love their life when they're alone? There's no stressors. There's nothing can bug you. Nothing can activate what's going on. I mean, if we all lived in a cave, what a great life it would be. But you know what? You can spend 20 years up on that mountain. You come off that mountain and you go to your local 7-Eleven, and the guy behind you pushes you and he wants to get in front, and we'll see how much all that meditation did for you. So I came to the conclusion that it's not being alone that helps you. It's being with someone and having that someone teach you about yourself, the things that you learn, and you both grow together. And that's what's important. And when something does trigger you, then that's where you need to stop. And that's where you need to be alone and sit there and go, why? Wow, why did that trigger me? Why did that make me go off? Why did what he said upset me so badly? And then that's when you need to go inward. You need to go inward daily and see that. In this past month, I have known love so deep that it has touched my soul. It's been so strong. And I've had a lot of letdowns too at the same time. And I mean, it's just been, I went into that pond and just like started stirring up all this stuff, so that was huge. And of course, I think the things that I was doing were also, helping with that. I think, I'm going to share with you, I'm pretty sure I wrote it down here somewhere, the things that I was doing. Yes, I did. Because I did want to share that with you. Every morning, I made a commitment to my body to work out for 30 minutes a day, at least. Some days I worked out for an hour. Some days, there was like 1 or 2 days in the entire month where I was like, oh, I don't have the time. I don't even have 30 minutes. There's just no way I can get this in. So there's a 7-minute app. You can go to the app store, and there's a 7-minute app, exercise app. I think that's what it's called, 7-minute exercise app, that you can download. It's completely free. And basically all you need is 7 minutes. That app will put you through the paces, and I guarantee you it will do your body good. It's like you can lose weight, just 7 minutes. There's been studies that have shown that all you need is like 5 minutes of serious workout a day in order to lose weight. Did I lose weight? Nope, not one single pound. Okay, yeah, different. I don't know. But maybe my scale's wrong, because my clothes are fitting better and I love what I'm seeing in the mirror. I love the way my arms are getting sculpted, my stomach's getting thinner, my legs are getting toned, my butt is getting nice. I love it. So I love what I'm seeing in the mirror. I hate what I'm seeing on the scale. So you know what? I'm going to go with what feels better, which is the mirror. And I'm going to get rid of the scale. So I'm just, thank you, mirror. So what I ended up doing was I would start my day every day with at least 30 minutes of exercise. If I couldn't do the 30, I would do the 7-minute app. But I definitely would do that. I was taking supplements. In the morning, I got rid of everything that I was doing except the supplements that I'm getting ready to read to you right now. I was doing 4 drops of iodine a day, and I was taking 2 pills of FOT and 1 chaparral pill in the morning. That was what I would do. I would get up and I would take water and I would drink two FOT pills, 1 chaparral, and do my 4 drops of iodine. And then I made myself a drink. And what this drink basically consisted of, it was a huge, like 40-ounce drink. And because what I was doing is I was only eating between 12 noon and 7 o'clock at night. And that was my open window to eat. It's basically like, I guess it's like, I don't know, intermittent eating, but 12 and 7. And in the morning, I didn't want my stomach full or anything so I can work out. And believe me, when you drink 40 ounces of this, you're going to be so full. There's no way. But basically what this drink does is it helps your kidneys. It helps your adrenals. It helps your stomach. It helps to heal your stomach lining. It does a lot of things. It helps with inflammation. Tons. Digestion. It really helps with a multitude of things. So that's why I was doing it. And it also breaks up belly fat very quickly. So I was doing that. So basically what the drink is I made 3 cups of tea. Choose a tea. It doesn't matter. If you're having problems with your kidneys, choose something like nettle tea or uva ursi, or something that's, look up kidney teas. Kidney teas are good for you. Hey, this is the era of education. You can just click and get it. I don't need to tell you. So just get on your Google and look up kidney teas. Pick any tea you want. I was doing, let me see, the first week I did hibiscus. I decided to do 1 week of each. So I did a week of hibiscus. My second week I did ashwagandha for my adrenals. Third week I did astragalus. It's kind of tasted like cigarette butts, but it's okay. And then week 4 I did rose hips, because rose hips is full of vitamin C. So, I kind of did some yerba mate in there in between. So what you basically want to do is you want to get 3 cups of tea. You want to put that into your blender, and then you want it very strong. So when you make your tea, make it extremely strong. And then you want to add 3 cups of water, and you're going to do 1 whole lemon. I ended up buying organic lemons, and I would only cut the 2 little butts off, and I would stick the whole lemon in my blender. I have a very high-speed blender. Whole lemon, peel and everything. And then I'd get a huge, big thumb of ginger, organic ginger. And I would just peel, the little hurt parts off of it, and I would throw the whole ginger in there with peel and everything. And I would add some sweetener to cut the bitterness a little bit. And you end up with a good 40 ounces of drink, or 32 or 40. And that's what I would drink all morning from the time I got up till noon. And like I said, it's depending on what tea you choose. It's good for your adrenals. Pick a tea for your kidneys. You're helping your kidneys. You need vitamin C. Do rose hips. You need, you need nervous system, whatever. Use that tea. And if you want, you can make a different tea every day. I would make a jug, and then I would just do the 3 cups every morning. So basically it's 3 cups of tea, 3 cups of water, a whole lemon, ginger, and then sweetener of choice. And that's what I was doing every morning. And then at noon I would eat. And for food, I was doing smoothies, and my smoothies basically consisted of fruit, coconut milk, and dates for energy. I did a lot of salads. I did a lot of nuts, especially pistachios. I had this craving for pistachios. Fig juice. I know. I was like, what? Somebody actually told me about this, and I was like, what? For the baby. And I was like, really? Fig juice? How do you do that? You get dehydrated figs. They sell them in huge bags at Costco. And I would take like 10 figs, put them in a 32-ounce jar, and I would let them sit for 48 hours. And then the figs would, of course, plump up, but they'd release all the juice. So you throw the figs away, because once they release all that juice, and the juice is delicious, but it doesn't have all that sugar. And it was great. And let me tell you, my granddaughter, you take that juice away from her, she will literally kill you. It's really wonderful. I mean, it's great. So I did that. I did a bunch of steamed veggies. I did squashes, cabbage steaks. If you guys have never, ever had cabbage steaks, look up the recipe on Google. Cabbage steaks are to die for. They are so delicious. I did a lot of fruits. I did a lot of grapes, avocados, and mono meals. So basically, 30 days later, just like, I'm telling you, this has been like, the detox, not so hard. The detox was actually pretty easy. I was like, because I've been doing it for long. It was the emotional stuff that was coming up that was just like, I'd be just sitting there in the kitchen, and the next thing I'd be like, oh, just bawling. It's like, oh, I get that now, So, and I'd like to thank Ronnie for writing that, Ronnie Landis, for writing that and helping me to kind of see. And I think as we speak to each other, we're able to see that, and we're able to. I would have probably never really been able to wake up to that until I read that. And it was like, the light bulb went on. And I was like, oh, thank you. During this month, I also was offered a scholarship for some psychological classes, some counseling classes, which I'm going to get certified for. And that has also been very traumatic, because when I go to these classes, there's a lot of sharing and a lot of, people talking about their feelings and how to change our minds so we think differently and we love differently. And wow, it's just been like, wow. And sometimes it's like, in the past, it's been like, whoa, this is overwhelming. I can't handle this. This is too much emotion. But you know what? Right now, I'm like, give it to me. I love it. I'm ready to purge. I'm ready to get rid of all this junk. I'm just tired of living that way and acting that way and thinking that way. And, had to deal with a lot of trust issues that, I've had in the past, and where those stem from, and had to go back into family stuff. So I'm sharing with you some really deep stuff, which I normally would be like, I'm not sharing that, so I've come out the other side, and I can honestly say that I do feel different. I do act different. And I think my latest conclusion that I came up with yesterday was that in the last 6 years, I've done a lot of learning. I mean, a lot. I've studied under people like Esther Hicks and Byron Katie. And I mean, the list is endless. I mean, endless. The people that I have studied under. And I suddenly came to the conclusion yesterday that it's like, okay, girlfriend, you've got all this information. When are you going to put it into practice? And all of a sudden it hit me. It's time to put it into practice. So it's time to learn all that. So now I just need to debug. So I'm letting people into my life so that because of my trust issues, I wouldn't allow a lot of people into my circle because I didn't trust a lot of people. You know, it was like that Indiana Jones bridge where it's missing all the little slats and I'm like, oh no, I'm not going out there. No, I'm just like, I'm paving my road. And it's nice and it's cement and it's strong, and I'm starting to allow people on there and starting to allow people into my life and expressing love differently and accepting love differently, because a lot of people think it's just about giving love, and sometimes we don't even feel like that we're worthy of receiving it. So that's a huge one too. So that's my 30 days. That's where I've been. And I will say one thing about the exercise. The first, I'm going to say 5 or 6 days, I was like, oh, I don't even want to do this. God, do I really have to? I mean, I would like drag myself. And after about 3 weeks, it's like, it's now part of my life. It's like, I couldn't think of, I feel guilty if I did not work out at least once a day. So, you know, a habit has been formed, and a good habit. And one thing that, and this is in conclusion, I went with my grandchildren there was at the local park here in the middle of town, they had a huge get together with bands and all this great music. I mean, God, it was awesome, awesome music. You know, all this get up and dance music. And after sitting there for about an hour and a half, well, I wasn't sitting there. After about an hour and a half, the dance floor, all that's on the dance floor is 2 young kids. One was about 6, one was about 8. Another woman with a little child. She was maybe about 3. And the reason she was out there dancing was because this child just couldn't stay still. And she was basically entertaining her that way so she can listen to our music. And there was me and my 2 granddaughters. And my oldest granddaughter said, Grandma, you shouldn't be out there dancing. How embarrassing. And I told her, I said, you know what? Screw that. Life is way too short not to dance. Every day I see all these people that are just sitting on their butts. We live a very sedentary lifestyle. I mean, we sit in front of our computers every day. We just don't go anywhere. We don't do anything. Watch TV. And all the toxins that are coming into our bodies daily, you know, from every direction, and the food we eat and the GMOs and everything else. And then you have all these people that go out to these beautiful things like these dances, and they just want to sit on their asses, and then they complain. It's like, oh, my back is killing me. Oh, my legs just killing me. Oh, look at this. And what do you want? So please remember, life is way too short not to dance. And it's also too short not to be healthy and not to be happy. So till next time, I got some good videos coming up for you. So hang in there with me, all right? And subscribe and like and chat with me and connect with me. Connect with me on Facebook. Connect with me here and let me know what's going on. I'd love to hear about your guys' journey. And I might even do a video coming up on some of my clients and what they've gone through, if it's okay for them, if it's okay for me to share their stories and stuff. So hang on to that. So, all right, till next time, I love you guys, and I appreciate you so much for watching. And remember, laugh, love, and dance. All right, till next time. Bye.